Hello Blender folks, welcome and welcome back to this Gnomes, and this is another weekday session of this stream series, which is about world building, but currently I'm focusing on character rigging, and today is another of those special days because we are going to do big stuff here. Hold on, let's control comma here. Gonna change this to orbit, middle mouse action preference. So this is about because I was using grease pencil before, so now we go back to the orbit on middle mouse button instead of panning. You know, looks like panning with middle mouse button is like the traditional 2D software, right? Which maybe many of you might be used to. So folks, here, as the title says, we are going to make big stuff, because last week and on Friday, right, I was having a miserable time by trying to make the my attempt of this character melt rig to behave according to the let's say to certain 2D character expressions references, and I was using the maybe internet famous, I don't know, but well known maybe at this point, it appears everywhere. So I have this kind of, I'm using Hazbin hotel because I really like the character design. It sort of also remembers what I do, but better in terms of the mix of cartoony expressions for the faces. But there are very stylized eyelashes and, well, everything, right? And my style is maybe a bit more stiff or more anime-like than that. But okay, so this reference I've chosen because, well, there are so many, right? And I could have drawn all that I want, but because this is 3D and I'm trying to adapt, I'm going to expand the usual expressions that my 2D style does, right? So anyways, let's get some soundtrack here and let's resume this too loud. And let's resume this activity here, which is making 3D character expressions for the whole face, actually, not just for the mouth, based on the 2D references or any other reference. But some animators would even use their own mirror or people pictures photography, but in my case I'm going to look for 2D references mainly. And yes, so I have to first enable here the overlays, and here what's happening is that I'm looking at the camera, so I have this line art grease pencil effect, because this is just a single line art grease pencil object which has got this line art modifier, which just contains one layer in this grease. This is grease pencil only made for the line art here currently. Maybe I can explore this further on the same grease pencil object. Then okay, the material is default, just a black stroke, and then we have, without any fill, I think, and then we have the affecting, of course, a whole collection, which might be and then some settings here that I need to play more with that, but essentially, even I've lowered the opacity, and yeah, so this collection maybe I can change. There are some materials here we can fix now that I've essentially already did what I wanted for the lips, right? So I probably can fix some. Where is the lips here? Doesn't create, yeah, I think it's creating some outline inside of the lips, yeah, possibly. So I'm going to just get this lips mesh here, some L material, L material. I'm just gonna paint these lips on the same. Here, impossible to look at this, right? Let's turn off the mirror, and that I want also this, actually just faces. So let's turn this all into the same material, can be the same lipstick here. And now I think we'll have a different result for the lips. Maybe it's not, well, there's a lot of deforms going on, right? So my main concern is that I've used the material to have some contour. Okay, so I think this is a cool looking line art. Of course, this can be expanded to oblivion, right? I'm just didn't explore this too much, but I think it really does some sort of good combination with the, and it's not very heavy, like freestyle, I think, and you can look in preview in real time like that with the camera. So I find this really great, and it does well also for the rest of the body. So the ingenious thing of this, oh, let's do this fucking shit. Sorry about it. Of course, you know this Disneyan 80s 90s 2D graphism that they often, very precious thing, very hard work, and today we can have this automated. For example, yeah, let's maybe even that holds potential for some highlight, right, folks? Let's make a quick highlight here. Where do I put this? Oh, maybe here. Yeah. So let's record. So folks, remember some 80s, 90s, 70s maybe line art of artwork of Disneyan stuff, right? Animations, right? 2D traditional animation, where they colored the line art. Maybe not only Disney did that, but it's the reference that I had some time ago. And then in Blender, I think this can easily be achieved if you use the line art here. You see that I've created just a line art for, like, let's do this again. So I'm gonna create world origin here. Yeah. Where's the cursor? Okay, let's create another grease pencil, because just like this one, it's not parented to anything, it's just a loose grease pencil. I could parent it to the, so it will be like add grease pencil collection line art in this case, which will be just like the one I already have. So maybe I just duplicate this one. So this one is a generic dark black stroke, right, with lower opacity, or actually maybe I've changed this to some sepia thing. Yes, possibly. Let's see, where is my modifier, right? We can add some effects here, but you see, yeah, we can augment the opacity here, so very black here, total black, or we can just reduce the, there it is. Okay, I decided to make it like this for now, and I think, yeah, I don't think we can double. I don't know where here we could bring the same to different, the same, oh, maybe by having a, of course, so no need other grease pencil material. So apparently, oh yeah, this is the way to go, folks. So here, let's say black, and this will be like, I want for an easy thing, hair. So let's say black artwork, ink, right? Ink black, and hair color, yeah, hair, whatever. So here I want some, I'll have a new material for that, so I could, yeah, probably Disney requires an entire new material, so I'm gonna just get the black again, then I get new material, and it's lagging a little, sorry. Here we're gonna hair, I'm going to get the line art here to change. You see, I had a sepia here, something, maybe not a sepia, but something close to, in my opinion. Then gonna get this eyedropper to maybe this color, yes, and I want to make it darker and maybe closer to the reds, because we don't have to be and then I need now to go back to the modifiers. I'm going to, so this is not exactly black, this is sepia. I will see if we can use black for something here. Sometimes it's better, sometimes it's more aesthetical to use something black that is, it's still black, but it's on some mixing up other colors, right? So that's interesting. Like the white, so here the black's still some sort of black color. Then here we get, instead of we go here, and the collection, of course, this is probably crazy, some mix of the thing which I don't want. Instead I want this to go to the hair collection, and here yeah, so this is affecting, yeah, so this color is a bit too dark, so I'm going to the material more than I expected. So let's just do something like here. It cannot be, yeah, something like that. That seems fine. With the lighting effects, maybe it will be better. Then here, all right. Then I'll have to find a way to not to exclude the hair from this. Like all except the hair. So, but that will inversion might cause some issues with some other things. So I have to maybe apply directly, like have one for each collection. I need to make a better system, but for now this seems to be plausible. And so you see, it's very subtle, but this is the idea, right? The Disney artwork there, just a very subtle thing, and in the end it might procure ourselves a very interesting result. So imagine we can do this with everything, the cloth, so in the end, maybe, I don't know if that's laggish too much, but yeah, this line, well, a single creates some lag, and this create, yeah, so this is sort of sluggerish to navigate here, but we can use just for the render, right? So anyway, so this is the highlight, so we can have this kind of things working, folks. Alright, so because this is too heavy and it's glitchy without the camera, I'll just maybe disable this right for now, and we are going to look for making those expressions now. So I'm going to save here, and let's start to get working on those mouth expressions. I need the bones, of course. I need the armature. Click here, or here actually. It's not visible. Okay, so I don't know what happened to my add-on here on Blender 4.3.0, but I just don't understand anymore how this works. So I sort of lost the, yeah, so like I don't want these stars, they confuse me. I don't like, it's like to isolate, but then it creates some remembering of the others, and it's become sometimes you can't just look at the icon, it's confusing, so I don't like this system. Maybe I just need to gain more experience on that, but and so the problem is that solo view, yeah, so they made this, I don't know if it's an upgrade or a downgrade, but considering this is Blender 4.3.0, it might be an upgrade. Let's see if we can find Bone Manager from... Oh, it's an extension. Yeah, but look at this. No, this is the Bone Manager extension. So this is the... Okay, so this is the... Bone Manager is in the extensions now. Okay, so this is a new feature actually. Didn't know it was an extension already. So I want to... I'll have to get used to those things. So maybe that is good. Yeah, so we want to take off many bones here. Yeah, and you see, that's the problem. I just don't seem to be able to turn them off visibility from here, so it's bizarre, right? Like, I'm using these ones and not the others, but then... And then if I don't have, I cannot... So it's like double work, so I really don't... Maybe the eye icon is not even necessary. Hold on, folks, let's check something here. Yeah, so this doesn't interact with the eyes icon, so... Okay, the one click, I know what it is. It gives a preference. Okay, now when there is no one thing selected, then... Okay, so basically isolate, unsolo all, solo view, unsolo all. Okay, and show all. And there's no show only one. So this is something... We cannot hide everything from this click, so this is one thing that it's strange for me, right? I don't get it. Anyways, let's go. Let's work with these. So I want these controllers, and then, yeah, actually I don't want this controller, so let's bring just the... This one seems fine. We are going to, of course, we need to reset, so let's do this. Apparently we also need here, I think I have some... Maybe I have more poses to reset, so yeah, solo show all, yeah, unsolo all, show all, shift A, alt Q, alright, so I think now everything is reset. Let's also get... Now we can work on the solo view. Let's save here. So mouth, lips, jaws. No, not the jaws. Okay, so let's do this for the mouth expressions. I think that will be sufficient. So sorry folks about the how long it took to fix that out. Okay, I prefer this wire color as theme. This is too bright. I don't like it. So this is more subtle. I want to look at this because I want to see at the how the mesh... Yeah, I want to be looking at the mesh. So here, why I've decided that I'll have some artifact here in the chin that I need to... I think this has to do with the ghost mesh. So I'm just gonna fix this quickly here because this will interfere in my posing. So I believe it's just some mistake I've made while I was editing this mesh here. The ghost muzzle apparently just didn't fit correctly in here, so I'm gonna manually make some adjustments. Now it seems to be causing a lot of problems here. let's see on pose mode. Okay, maybe now it's fixed. Maybe there are some, the muzzle ghost was intersecting with the chin mesh, and that was causing some issues, right, folks? So here, what I did, that I've made the universal sonic melt rig to set up to work better in my rig. Well, maybe I don't have the data here to give proper feedback on the technicality aspect of this in a complete way, but essentially is that I was creating too many shrink wrap bone constraints to some master and control bones of the melt. Strangely, the lips bones here, these tweak bones, they are not even the deformed bones as in the universal sonic melt. These one are shrink wrapped, but they are very specific, and they can go outside and not inside. Anyways, they have this project mode of snapping, so this is a way that I found that should be better. But before, I had all these bones here, you see, which control the melt indirectly by to parenting or through bone constraints. So those masters and control bones, the masters, the red wine color one, the blue ones, the controls, they were also shrink wrapping because I thought it would be a great idea. Turns out that this completely destroyed the mesh all the time. It made snapping, and I still don't really understand, but I think the idea is very simple. It's because, like, okay, they are shrink wrapped, they will be posable in some ways that will have some, like, they are carrying the deformed bone, so it's like, it's not a dependency cycle thing, but it's sort of, I think it's something that as they get posed, if they were shrink wrapped, they wouldn't these bones wouldn't move correctly, like, because these are already shrink wrapped bone constraint, right, the master and controller. So what will happen is that we have a sequence of transforms affecting the tweak lips, and then these will, which already are shrink wrapped, by the way, and that works for me. If they are not shrink wrapped, well, some stuff bad can sometimes happen, but it's not so terrible. But I decided that for now this seems to be working. What doesn't really work was to have these ones, these extra control, higher hierarchy control bones for the mouth, and even for other parts, like this one control the arcades, but this is another sector. So what we have here, folks, is that the only bones which are shrink wrapped in my universal sonic melt rig adaptation is the tweak lips, not the deformed lips. The deformed lips are behind, they don't need to be shown here. They're just following straight this yeah, they're just following straight, right? No problem here, I guess. If they are not following straight, they are just offsetting by a bit, but this is not a problem. The others that are shrink wrapped are the main one for the universal sonic melt rig, which is the melt positioning bone. And this one I was having some trouble, so I've made a different setup for it. So now it shrink wraps in a different pattern than the universal sonic melt rig. In the universal sonic melt rig, it was on surface or above surface or outside surface, something like that, but it was aligned along its y axis, the positive y. So but I've made it outside so that I can pull it, and there's something interesting thing about it is that in this case, even when I pull it in this setup near surface point, it doesn't get offset from, oops, sometimes this can happen even in the universal sonic melt rig, but the idea is that I can have some exaggerations pulling the mesh. Also, I've reduced the shrink wrap waves on the melt mesh, so I can make this sort of protuberated muzzle, which can be nice for certain expression. I think this is a good thing to have, so even beyond the lips, but you need to be a bit careful about that, but that can work fine. Maybe pulling this inside, this is more unlikely, but you see that now the mouth positioning works very, very good. Not that good as that I can do nearly anything, but right, of course it's an exaggeration. Here see we are starting to have some pretty bad deforms which I cannot control, but the mouth positioning in the rig here is not that I need it to be that exaggerated, so at least that. So I'm not gonna play too much with this, it's just an extra thing. And yes, so if we pull this, we also have the shape key bones. You can use this, but and then we might have to fix some of the deforms with these bones here by some means of rotation and posing. So, but allowing then, yeah, we can still pull the mesh here outside, right? But we can just, yeah, push the bone inside the face if we don't want this extrapolated mesh, which can be strange, especially from certain angles. So yeah, this is not supposed to happen. I would have a method to prevent this, but this will ruin the case of the universal sonic mouth rig there, the face ghost mesh, to be because you can disable it with the armature deform of the ghost mesh without a lot of terrible results. So that means the mesh still adapts, maybe a little worse, but the rig still functions. So this is curious thing, right? It's because the mesh is shrink wrapped anyways, right? The muzzle mesh is shrink wrapped anyways, so it just doesn't have the same perfection in terms of because here it would adapt to certain muzzle bones. Let's look at the muzzle bones. Maybe it's related to some other deforms, yeah. So maybe I'm mixing up some concepts here, but basically the cool thing of having this is that we can maybe double deform here. So this is where this would come in hand, puff cheeks and these, which are sort of fundamental for more expressions, right? The results here, the cheekbone here is not very nice, right? The deforms are too rounded, so need to investigate what's going there. Probably just some bad subdivision surface. Anyways, what we see here is that we got the puff cheeks is, I think, is scale on the X. This needs some retakes, of course. Anyways, so let's reset this. Lots of deltas I don't have here, but we don't need that. So for now, for the expressions. So if I turn off the muzzle goes from here, the armature modifier, see, it won't deform altogether, and that can ruin the mesh apparently. So we need that together, even though it seems to have some problems still. We need to refix here. So this is for extra to deform. So I believe this is still required if we want to have these facial expressions, because it's the peculiarity of the universal sonic mouth rig setup. Okay, folks, so let's turn off this one and let's start making those poses, folks. So sorry, let's get, sorry about the delay. Maybe you were anxious now. You want to be looking at how we want these things happening here. So let's get here, and this time we won't waste too much time on this. We gonna start with this. what was the, yes, we turn this into a different, oh, I remember, yes. So I'm gonna create a new, no, how do I get this? I need to open this into a different window. Yeah, so can I, yeah, no new window, yes, here. So I want to turn this, why this thing is so bad for navigation, right? Okay, expand, there we go. And turn this, I can reduce this window, and I'm gonna bring this here, centralize, get this on top, no, not with this, and we'll place this at some good visualizing position. Here we go. Alright, so now we're gonna try to mimetize these expressions. So first of all, we need the head. The head, we're gonna include it here, right? So we could pose the rest of the torso, but that will like take too much time, and I need to focus a little. So I'm gonna make a slight rotation here to the side, maybe a little tilt up. The eyes will be straight looking. You see how this is a limit location on constraints. Yeah, something. Yeah, the eyes are very exaggeratedly located right there, so they're a bit tilted in different ways. So maybe we got this. This is more like down, and the other is up. So I'm gonna get something like this. It feels fine. Then the muzzle here, maybe we want the chin, no, maybe the chin moving like here, right? Even though it doesn't make too much sense, I think I can figure this out. Maybe this will be better because the mouth is more into here. So I'm gonna move the mouth to the side. Then this is the shape key wide, so just GX outside. We want okay, these deforms that are artifacts are shaping there, I can fix them probably, but I'm not going too far. Then now let's see, there's these masters here. Oh, this is a bit dangerous to do this like that, because this doesn't control the, yeah, so I have a little problem here, because in this expression the arcades are really very widened up. So I have to pull this control bond here a lot because it carries the arcades. So I'm gonna rotate this here and get, you see, this is working perfectly, right? Now you got a rig, folks. I feel super pro now. Because last time Friday was a nightmare. So now it's like so smooth that, yeah, this is great. So here it is where I would need some, yeah, let's hide this annoying thing here. The face ghost doesn't need to be showing here, it's just a wireframe. Also, why is the wire, we don't even need to be showing it here, right? So you see that this bone will carry the arcades. This, let's change this panel to big data here, right? So let's change this to yeah, where is it? Move this up about here maybe. Reduce this font size. Hope you can be checking the shortcuts. No, this is too little. Let's 15 maybe. That looks good. All right. By the way, folks, if there's anyone watching at this moment. Say hi if you are. I need to check here, so apparently I don't have any visualization or it lacks update. Anyways, here I was about to show something that discovery that can render a game changer for tutorials in watching dynamically tutorials of on YouTube while using Blender simultaneously, right? But I'll tell that later maybe. So here I'm just checking, do I have this double? No, I don't, but we could even make it the double system here that's proposed in the Universal Sonic Melt rig to have even better results, but for me that will be too laggish. I have the backup here just to remember, because I was desperate trying to solve the artifacts and it was just too bad. So now I don't need that. Apparently I can totally do this with... Okay, so here you see that the lip corner has a little problem, so probably can fix it with some... And you see that the arcades are not moving as much, so maybe to have these exaggerated arcades I'll really have to pose the arcades manually. I'm gonna get these arcades here, and unfortunately here I don't like to pose these bones, but yeah, figured out it will be of the essence here for, because I'm already using the shape key and the shape key doesn't automate the arcades. I tried, but I think that would be a bit dangerous, so I had to make a choice. I decided that no, the shape key of the wide wouldn't affect the arcades, but maybe I should, at least on a small degree, right? Okay, the problem is that there are deformed bones on the other side of the arcades, and the deformed bones, I mean, there are some... The wave paint goes across the... That was in order to correct certain artifacts, and in the middle, right? So maybe I've exaggerated just a little. I should reduce the waves, right? Here I can totally repose these arcades if I want in some better way, or I can actually, I forgot, I can scale the arcades from here, which can be a little dangerous. You see I have some intersections there, so you can pose the arcades here. Yeah, so with a 3D rig like that, if you don't have a perfect automation for the arcades, it's really harsh to, really time consuming to animate that, because there will be special very... So maybe I need some bones, like to pick these ones together. You see that the arcades are a bit messy here. They need some retakes, the rigs, but that's okay, folks. I have other gear on my pack of experience, so I think there are many things that I still have to figure out how to automate these arcades better. You see, you can fix some shading issues here by just better posing this tweak lips corner. So this is the upper part, this is the lower part, so you can make some... Maybe you can also have this to go sad here. I don't have the... If we are a bit careful, yes, we probably can prevent a lot of things. So these lips here, we can bring them... Oh yeah, this is better. And we can also bring this... expand the arcades here, but must be a bit careful here. Pull this back, maybe, and yeah, these two... Maybe I need a double poser bone for those two. Yeah, so you can just an extra bone there that might make them deform together. Yeah, so I set up that I already had before, but I ended up deleting. I don't have facial expressions, but if you look at without this, what is this shortcut for Shift-Alt-Z? I need to remember that. Okay, so you see that this is actually very, very nice. We can pull this mount up, I think, right? So a little more up. Here we want to also this up. There's something strange about the lower lip there. I think I've made some, yeah, let's bring this, making this more straight, right? Maybe scale, I don't know. So relocate this. Yeah, there's the curvature of the bottom lip. It's a bit weird. I think it's some suffering from too many of this. So here's not something I can control very well. Where is the upper lip? Let's see if something about the shape key. No, so I don't know really what's causing it. Maybe it's the, no, it's not the set, it's not the, let's reset this. No, not the shape key bone. So this is something about the forms of the lips indeed. Maybe the, I need to smooth out the bottom lip. The wave seems a bit too harsh there. Maybe there's the, maybe yeah, more smoother there, smoothness. Here you see when I need to crush this bone into the mesh, into the ghost muzzle to get better deforms. Also pull this back a little more so you can prevent more of this. Yeah, so let's hide this arcade here because I don't want to be looking at it. Let's also look at this. We can go on the shader if it doesn't lag too much. Yeah, so here, where is the, I seem to have lost the upper lip bone. I just can't find, let's go on edit mode. Yeah, let's make a highlight here. That'll be interesting. Oh yeah, I think I know what's happening. It's just, there are some bones here that were moved because of some automation, and they were pretty badly automated because of the exaggerated pose. Yeah, so let's make a highlight here, folks. I'll show a cool trick. So folks, I'm trying to match a 2D expression here on this 3D character of mine. So this is Hazbin hotel reference, and here is the thing, folks. This is in Pinterest, by the way. I have a lot of those reference, just a reference, right, folks? Then I have the what matters here is that I'm looking for the bottom lip central, but I don't see it. Do you see? It's a bone like this, but that has this color. I just don't seem to. Maybe this is the. Okay, I found it. It's this one. But let's say I can't find it anyhow. Then how to get it? Maybe it's hidden. No, it's not an hide all. No. Maybe I just look at the bone collection where it should be, like this bone manager add-on. So yeah, this could help, but sometimes even that is not sufficient. So another thing we can do is just go on edit mode, and maybe on edit mode, depending on what we have showing, that might be sufficient to find it. So yeah, ignore that. So let's say, yeah, maybe I have all this, but at least I know where it is, where I should have left it as the. So alt left mouse button click. This is a cluster of bone. You see that bone that is parallel to it is right on top. It is the tweak map lip top. This map is an old setup that I'm not using now. So here is the one. So go back on from edit mode to pose mode with this new selection, and so now I can find it. And if I'm not satisfied, dot on the numpad will target it from the viewport, and here that is how we find. So I see that apparently my top lip, it was very close to the corner lip and that bone, tweak bone, so I need to improve probably this this stuff, right? These widgets. But for now, that's what I get, and so that's how we find a missing bone if it's there somewhere, and we can't find it very well in pose mode. By no means, we can just move on edit mode and make the selection from there. Because if you don't know where the bone is on edit mode on your layers, then something is really weird, right, going on. Alright folks, then let's continue the expression here. As my shape keys here going on. Yeah, the anatomic clip is set. Okay, this is normal, so everything seems to be working. You see I have a little delta per stall. No, this is old, this is not even... No, I have some... No, I have a little delta per stall. Why? Probably I moved this bone in the wrong way, so let's redo this. So just XZ and GX, move to the side, and GZ, sad. So wide and sad. Well, I think this one is wrong. Oh, I forgot to, of course, as it recalls, per stall, purse is about, now I've changed the thing here. So it's X location for purse. So the X location shouldn't have changed, but this purse, no, the tall has changed. It is a scale, Z scale. So I need to, just because I haven't adapt, cannot paste that. So Z scale, I just hadn't adapt this one. So maybe this was creating some, okay, sad and wide. Now this is correct. I just didn't have fixed this thing, so maybe this was causing some worse issues on my rig. Okay, so the reason why they have the, let's go back here. So the reason why I have this upper bone here, you can see the lip here is more, the top lip is more centralized to the left side, the right side of the character. So I need to Control Shift M to see the other side. Okay, let's pull this to this, let's pull it up. This corner, I think I can pull it like here. Maybe I can make some... Now let's reset, let's not move this. Oh, here the snapping is causing some critical issues, so let's just move it, not glue it onto the ghost muzzle. So yeah, so the snapping of these bones can still have some, can still be somewhat tricky. Yeah, let's reset this. I need these right. Okay, shift. No, I need the, oh, this is the left one. All right, so this is very badly positioned, so let's, I want to improve this angle here. Maybe I need some rotation here. We can probably pull this forward, might be better. Pull this, maybe rotate. So a lot of things you might need to do in order to get a good pose, but the cool thing is now I can have a cool pose. This is the bottom, so why not? We have some rotations, why not? Yes, we can. I can do a lot of rotation here for the lip. This has more effect if we got the yeah, I need a roll master here, but I don't have this. So Control Shift M, select mirror, extend. So these are the bottom. Let's rotate. No, this is the top bone, sorry. Let's move, rotate them like outside. These are the, yeah, Control Shift M. By the way, this is the select mirror. I want to change this to something that reminds X. Control Shift X, maybe Shift Control. Let's see what maybe something rarer. So let's see. This is Shift X for me. I think this is default. Then we have Alt X for no, Alt X for me is Auto IK option, which I use a lot. This is Shift X, okay, this is the same. Then relative mirror, Shift Control. Ah, yeah, okay. So maybe we want Shift Control Alt X. Okay, because this relates. So yeah, yeah, I want to leave this on for now. It doesn't work with Auto IK, so I'm going to turn it on because I don't use Auto IK for these bones. So I want for the... Okay, I want to change this shortcut here, folks, to be more intuitive, because this is absolutely not intuitive to me, not too good, so not too good. So I'll do Shift Alt X, and so that I can do the, and this extend, no, we can't drive that. We can assign shortcut for that, no problem. So at least we got this stuff right. Alright, so I'm gonna get, so Shift, okay, not extend this time, because if I want I can just do the Shift X here. You see, Shift Alt X, so now we got it, right? So very nice, right? And so here, the central bone here, let's move it. Yeah, I'm gonna pull it forward, rotate, because we have a cool trick here for the lips. We have the, what I call the, I'm using a crazy trick here. Did I make a highlight about that? Yeah, maybe I did. I just didn't publish yet. So I have a double armature here with the second one preserve volume. They are just using this target vertex group. Very harsh. It's like 1 or 0 binary, and when one stops, it's inverted here. The other armature modifier starts to work, so it's like a continuum, but a continuum that might fail in some case, but the threshold is the muzzle limit, right? So it's just like that. That seems to be working. I wasn't have any artifacts here in this this threshold area, intersection region, so it seems to be correct. Probably it would be more bizarre if you use this on a threshold that is like suffering from artifacts like a joint region. Not that this is not exactly a joint region, not that much actually, so that might cause some trouble. But I was intrigued, because what if we get 0.5 wave from this vertex group on some regions? Should they mix the skinning algorithm? This is crazy. So something I need to try out. So here, see, we have start to have some trouble in the bottom lip. I hope I'll be able to solve this with some tweaking here. This is hard. Oh, this is just okay. Okay, not too hard. In this case I was lucky, but we still have something about the top lip. I need to turn here. Yeah, maybe get this closer. We can also scale down some bones or scale up. This can help. So I got from a teacher, right? Animation, 3D animation teacher on YouTube. I think an Italian guy. I don't know his name now. I'll have to look for. but I know the tutorial. Let's take a quick look here. Something like it will be 3D expressions making. I think it's this one. Yeah, this one. So this is Alessandro Camporota. So here from he also he orients people like professionally. Apparently is very tough teacher in the good sense, right? He really understands that need to push forward the limits. That is very, very hard work animation. So can't be apparently can't be delusional, or not delusional, can't be mistaken about the industry, right? How harsh it is on the talents, on the artists, right? They get the job done quickly, and of course it might accept mediocre, or sometimes I don't know. You know, there are many reasons why some artists are selected and some others not. I think a lot of the reasons is actually context, right? I have evidence enough of that, right? How you are, maybe not today, but even today I have a friend that worked for a big company, Sketchfab, right? Was bought by, then later by Epic Games, and he still managed to work on Epic Game for 2 years after it was bought by it. And well, a lot of it's important to have contact. If you just live online, right, or don't have a social life, how can you get contracted and big company, right? Probably that occurs, but you need to have contacts, right? You need to appear on events, public events, or I don't know, you need to be on the world somehow, and sometimes the internet is not what will create this human bounds, right? So really this can be very decisive on certain cases. So it's not solely about skills, it's also about the presence of the individuals, the artists on the world. And this is very harsh, because if we live in some place that is not don't have a good tradition, or doesn't have too much of the industry into it, right, it's very unfair, right? It's garbage, right? So this is the injustice of the world, right? The global, so-called globalized world, despite the internet and all that, this is still like, I don't need to tell anyone like how garbage this is, but so at least with the internet we can have some connections that otherwise wouldn't really exist. So I think, and sometimes something become possible just because of those networks, right? But still, yeah. So let's see, the expression is, well, I need the reference pose, right? So here it is. I'm having a dipple. Yeah, I wasn't looking at the reference. So let's get here the. I'm missing some. Yeah, I don't want to be looking at these arcades. They are confusing me. So I need to be posing. I'm having a hard time figuring this part here. So maybe I need to exaggerate the upper lip with arcades even. So this is why I need this maybe some rotation here. Yes, this upper. So let's reset the rotation. Yeah, let's pull it forward and protrude the lip, move it. I need probably this rotation. No, I need the opposite, so I need some rotation like this, right? To try to match. And then yeah, so matching expressions like that I'm doing is not very easy actually, depending on the drawing. Is, if we're a good artist, of course, it's much simpler, much easier. So 3D can be a bitch sometimes. So and I'm also experimenting with the character, with the rig, so I don't know exactly if even if the expression is entirely possible, right? Scale this down maybe, not sure. Okay, I have still some things here to address. Let's see. The jaw, this is the bottom jaw, maybe I need to pull it forward. Yeah, it still needs to be behind the other, so oh yeah, without arcades following, you see how complicated this gets, right? Because the mouth is fleshy and so you need to keep things as regular as possible and making those poses separately, or there is some special trick that I'm just not aware of. I have already some automation, and I figured out that the possibilities get too much, so it's really difficult. But in the end, I need to visualize better what is what, so this is one of the problems here I'm suffering. I'm gonna ignore this intersection, because this can be fixed in other ways. But the cool thing, at least, is that the expression is sort of working, right? The excessive expression is really sort of working by just having some artifacts on some parts that are very, like here's some two angular shapes on the lower lip, still having this problem, so maybe it's, yeah, so more smoothness. This I should address in some of my annotations. So yeah, so I'm gonna note those things here, folks, so just hold on. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, so I'm making exactly this, so it's not clear. We haven't fixed that, and this, so we are doing at least that. So here I'm gonna get some data here for myself, so fix, retake, or improve smoothness of wave paint of bottom lip, yeah, lips, bot, and corners, and yeah, corners, upper corners, yeah. So that's something to take into account. I'm not gonna bother to do now, that will be too annoying to shift focus now on that. I'll probably have to dismiss or make an, yeah, this should be an action, right? So where is the, I'm on that mode, right? So here, oh yes, you still got some nice expression here. So here for this intersection, I just need the arcades here. So I have an automation that I had, right? I still have on some backups, but I need to do something about those bendy bones and make them adapt better to these curvatures of the muzzle. So whatever, yeah, it's actually not trivial. We can get some, it's very hard actually to get a smart automation that will do all that I need. I've tried many things, and well, all things that I did like worked for something but failed for others. So I'd say this is a hardcore solution like that is needed. Something what guys do, riggers do professionally, stuff like Pixar, I have no idea what they are doing, but this is really tough actually. If you want something like what I want really, which is not necessarily Pixar like, it's just it has a lot of expression. So maybe what they do is they really do tons and tons and tons of shape keys or blend shapes or some morphs, I don't know, and they really be careful, be very, they do sounds of those, and they make like even interpolations of them between themselves, and so they don't care too much about armature deforms, and so they have only between the interpolations between shape key and another, because they have so many. So that's it, they make animators work under rigging, that's it. And so maybe that's why I think I've heard that it takes a lot of months to rig a single character, but in the end you have really great results, right? Because what I'm doing here, like with armature deform in this way, is just garbage work, right? So it can't be, it's not clean, it's not smooth, everything, it's slightly experimental, so it's normal, right? And yes, so here let's try to, alright, so I think I'm mostly satisfied with the, by the way, do we have the, yeah, I have the subdivision. Does this help? Let's say, you say that this subdivision doesn't really help in the smoothness of the lower corner. Maybe it's something about the mesh itself that is, that I've made some crude mistake in the way it appears, right? So let's, yeah, let's fix something here. Why you are here and you are there? Let's move them together here. Move this forward. Why I'm doing this also? Let's use the bottom here. Pull this forward. This is the bottom arcade. Yeah, we can even make the bottom arcade on front here for some more funny expression, something like that. There's some glitchy here intersections with the mouth interior, which is bad, so maybe here needs some more of this. Yeah, so I'll just ignore this part there, but or maybe there is a way to save that. Let's pull this more outside and see. Yeah, the more I pull, more problems appear. So anyways, now if I pull this, okay, we can invert this, and let's also try to, where's the, okay, let's try to scale this now. Maybe more sad expression here. See, there's some glitch artifact in the chin. I'm still not sure what is causing that, so I'm gonna have to reduce this one. Let's pull this to the about here, right? Alright, so I say that I'm being a little perfectionist already, so let's say that, yeah, this can be nice here. Yeah, I think it's lovely now. We got, it's just here I have trouble with this mesh of the lip interior is not good. Yeah, I need to check this. I think there is some really bad yeah, let's make a new action here. I'm gonna call it action editor. Yes, okay, I'm going to call this action a Aisha expression 002, right? Actually, this is not an action, this is a pose asset, so I'm gonna get all these bones indeed. No, not reset. Okay. Create pose assets. There should be more bones to the face, so I'm gonna soon get there. This we haven't posed, we haven't posed. Maybe we want to pose the muzzle. Yeah, we did. So I'm gonna insert keyframe here. I'm gonna call this the Aisha expression 001. This is the wrong name. This. Okay, is that a pose asset? Because I don't seem to be... mark as asset. I think now it's a pose asset. So yeah, so this now is a pose asset, and we can keep editing it. And let's turn off these relationship lines. So yeah, the muzzle already we can do this, right? Yeah, this should help enough. We can... I should have thought this before, right? We can probably do some... here we could use this bone to pull this back a little. It's a little, yeah, dangerous. Just to reduce the artifact there, the intersection. Let's just do this, and there we go. Yeah, this tiny deformation. This is subtle thing that looks cool. I like this for the expression. Let's hide this muzzle. No, not the... Okay, I did... yeah, the form of the muzzle is looking strange, right? I already mentioned that, so I have to... Let's reset this and try again. Yeah, and there's some artifacts growing on it, so let's just do this. I'm trying to follow the shape of the mouth, so maybe this is exaggerated, right? Maybe I shouldn't do that in this way, so let's just reduce a little this stuff, but let's leave it like that, alright? Again, arcades, muzzle, oh, it's playing some animation, no. But since it's a pose asset, there is nothing to play, right? This is a trick. No, it's playing. So I don't know why this is possible, but... Okay, now it's play. We can... Okay, anyways. Just have the keyframe here in the general, right? Summary. So this is right and not incorrect. Let's continue here with the expression and... yeah, so... apparently this is helping me to, even though I'm still in the first expression, folks, we can say that this is helping me already to realize that, okay, we can make this to work. I need more experience on posing this, and I also need some... I'm finding some few things that I would need to improve, right, in the rig, which are not critical. Well, they might be considered critical depending on the point of view, but yeah, so here clearly it's something about the upper lip that I'm not realizing where it is. Maybe it's this. Let's scale this up. Okay. Yeah, so this is about this part there. There's some intersection with... And finally, to conclude the lips pose, let's just pose more this bone. Something like that. And here on the bottom, this, we'll pull this like here. What about scaling? Scaling on the x-axis, why not? Might be a good idea. Oh yeah, this is nice localized scaling. Let's try that too for this bone. Maybe this helps. There's another thing that can help is I have a kiss shape key, which I think is the rotate on the positive X this can have a strange result, as you can see. If we, so I'm gonna just do it a little, and also again we get the muzzle where I need to, no, not the muzzle, the arcades that are still intersecting. So I need to find a new way to prevent these intersections now that the rig is sort of working for the mouth expression. So I need to tweak these arcades in some way. Okay, so here we can go already to get, oh yeah, then let's go back here. Okay, we get our thing here. Let's arcades again. Okay, we can maybe move this. Now we get a lot of artifacts. I'm not doing this. Just the mount position. No. So yeah, so need to be careful now because and the top clip, I think this should help, and scale. Yeah, so here I'm losing many progress that I've made, so maybe I should stop insisting in. Again, I seem to have lost the, oh no, it's here. Here also let's scale to the sides so I can get this curvature. And where is the, here, same thing, scale to the side, rotate like that, and maybe a little more sad. No, this creates, no, it doesn't help. So here let's, yeah, so this snapping bone, if it's snapping like that, it is dangerous. So I need to sort of be able to pull it before it, I'm trying to make it unsnap so I can tweak it. So that's why snapping this bone might not be a great idea. Alright, and can we... Alright, so I think this is nice. Alright, from this angle I can also lag my... Let's hide the mouth now and just look at the face. Yeah. Now I have to fix this, right? Yeah, there's this strange artifact on the chin, still there. Oops, got some very bad things happening. I don't know what I did. Okay, I don't know what I did that I got this protrusion of the top lip, so just do exaggerated one, right? Well, this is also not the good bone to pose here. Let's use this one instead. Yeah, because then all my arcades got messed up. Yeah, they got messed up. So yeah, so lost some progress, very important progress. So I don't know, folks, when I did the mistake, doesn't matter, we're gonna have to readdress some of this. So I'm not gonna bother about scaling this one. Tweak lips. Yeah, we need to, yeah, going back here. Unfortunately, I don't know, there was not enough Control C, Control V, or I thought there wouldn't be, so I just gave up. Maybe that was a, now it's, I think it's too late. So Alright, we were able to recover most of the expression. Looks a little awkward, right? It was better before. Maybe it was because of the bottom lip. Here I have some warping that I don't know what is what is causing it. Did I accidentally left some shrink wrap? No, it is warping the okay, maybe we shouldn't protrude. Yeah, that's it. Shouldn't protrude too much. Now it is looking okay. The upper lip here, the upper part of the muzzle. Let's go back to the expression. Let's complete the eye stuff, and for that, I'm gonna save. I'm going to hide those things, and let's make these improvements now. So. Here we can also turn on out the mirror thing, right? So no, it is symmetric. Interesting. So should it do like that or like that? I think it's more like that in this case. And here, yeah, like that. So the sad, shy expression, shy, sad, something like that, or irritated, nervous. So here we will do this. This bones for the system I have here for the eyebrows is really bad currently, so I also want to have some wrinkles. I think that's how they call in English for this. So we need to get this eyebrow to, yeah, those bones for the eyebrows. This color is horrible, right, folks? Let's bring it to some different color here, maybe some bluish like here. This will be more distinctive. Yeah, I like this because eyebrows are so much important. You see, with the hair in front is not so good, so there's this but actually what I need is to place this exactly. Yeah, exactly. I wasn't able to do this kind of expression before because the mesh here also, yeah, I have to improve the extensiveness of this mesh when it, yeah, so this is one little problem. They need to be doing something like that. So I already took note of what needs to be done here. But it will be sort of urgent for my workflow, right? I can't continue making, if I want to make the eyes expressions, then I need at least to have, okay, I feel like I'm missing a bone for the, oh, it is here, there. Go a bit high, right? So we can also play with the eyelashes here. It's already automated, but I need some retakes on the geometry of it. Some, not too much, but yeah, here we can try to make this this is the upper one, right? So oh yes, this is okay. Let's here I don't, my intent is not really to make the eyelash go upwards. I don't have this potential here, I think, for I never thought about doing that, so I need to instead just try to do something like that, you see, so like inverting the mesh. Yeah, it can totally go up, but in order to flip like that, like the eyebrow, I think, because it starts already on the other direction, I think this is not, that will be more complicated. So this I didn't even predict that for the character design, so I think this is not required, but maybe I'm losing that a possibility for more expressive character design, well, if I forget this, if I don't do this, right? So maybe this will be something to consider in the future. See, that looks like, oh, this is just here. Seems to be some snapping thing that is wrong there. Yeah, some mesh here that seem not to be correct. Yeah, there seems to be something incorrect from where the eyelash comes from, or is just some posing bone that I've placed too much inside. Yeah, I need to investigate that. Glitchy, right? Oh, I see what's happening. It's because the curvature there. It's a character design, the mesh on rest position. This no, it's too sharp there, and I don't have control over the smoothness there to make this thing. So this is why this is, but it still looks strange in this, even if it's not about reproducing the character design there of the show. So I need to investigate this. I even take a screenshot here. So it will be like, how do you call this? So in outer top eyelash intersection with eyelid outer corner. Yeah, see screenshot just in case I forgot. So and I can't make this wrinkle here. I don't have a bond here. Someone friend suggested to use a grease pencil, right? Got to improve this. Okay, let's now not use the mirror thing. Let's make the eyebrows need some retake. Did I note that already? Eyebrow. Yeah, I think it's forgot to, so then here we bring this like here and this here. Here also we need some more roundness. So same problem, right? On this side, right? It's not exactly the expression, right? But we got something that is quite expressive. So I made a very harsh expression, very strong expression here, but it's not exactly the expression of the card. So she's not so. It's not about sadness. I've exaggerated a little too much in that aspect. It's about the uneasiness, right? About the uneasiness, right? So you have this curvature here, and here I'm missing. No, this is correct, right? So this is trying it to go up. So this will have this curvature here. That's fine. We can exaggerate, and this is the last one remaining. So we can. So this will pull down. Yeah, something like that. And here it be like that, but this one, oh yes, so this is pulling, I see. So it's something about this mesh here. I've remade the topology there and the geometry, so that is probably what's causing wrong waves there in this region. Here we can also make something about this. So yeah, I think this is a powerful expression, although it's glitchy here and there, and let's see what we can do. And not exactly matching the characters. At least as a proof of concept, yeah, this is working, right? For me, this shows that this rig has finally reached some potential. So this is just one expression. Maybe I try another one. Let's save here, and what I want is oh yeah, let's get I feel like I'm forgetting something about the rendering thing. Yeah, there's the line art, there's the overlays things, there is, of course, there is this. Now the shading doesn't yeah, I need to retake this shading, so for now let's leave like that. Others can be funny, right, but not super good. So this is let's go to the line art here, and yeah, so the line art is shaky, and there are some problems here with the so I'm just gonna fix some Shift Alt Z. I'm just gonna fix this. Alright, then I'm gonna Shift Alt Z. I need to find an angle that will not be too bad for a screenshot. Yeah, unfortunately it's somewhat hard. So with the line art, it just becomes too visible. There's something awkward, right? It reinforces too much. Well, also this. So what I'm going to do is just pick the screenshot here with the reference on the side. We have to make more developments, right? The smoothness on many parts. Also, because I've taken off a lot of the how do you say, the subdivision surface modifiers of plenty of objects, because I was growing very terribly annoyed about the laggishness. So, but we can, for example, on the hair mesh objects, we can. There is a subdivision. We can turn this. A long time I don't even see. Yes, maybe this is better. Also on the eyebrows there will be subdivision, so we can, that is better, right? Yeah, actually maybe we can retake the screenshot. Let's just see if that doesn't lag too much. Yeah, but I don't know for pausing, so let's just save here. And also, what about the... Yeah, definitely this shading is not working anymore. I don't know, or it never worked. So need to... There's something artifacts here about the UVs that got messed up. So let's go back to here. Let's get the line art, and let's... Oh, I've closed the... There's some shape there of the bottom lip that I would like to try to... It's about the... now the muzzle is the mouth, so just... No, not... Yeah, mouth indeed, or quick lips. Maybe just fixing here, maybe that bulge here on the cheeks, unnecessary. Okay, this is a little better then. Okay, let's go back on... Oh, I'm doing Shift Alt X, which is doing what? I don't know what it's doing. Wrong shortcut, folks, sorry. Okay, a little better, but still very clunky, I think, what do you call it? With a bit more effort in the smoothness of everything, and the shading, the texture, then all this line works, then this can be really nice for and imagine this animated, right? It might be even looking awkward if you have an animation like with this stuff. Might be already very nice if there isn't a critical problem of the okay, let's get here, and that would be... So let's go back here, turn off this line art stuff. Let's get... Yeah, so it is totally possible, folks. Just have to... There are just too many things to retake. Not too many, several, right? No joke, there are big challenge ahead in sophistication, but I can say that the worst thing, the proof of concept and the experimentation, they sort of ended up paying off because it is actually working mostly as expected. Oh, I think there's arcades. Yeah, some bones I can't reset. Alright, so something about the main... Okay, let's go for another facial expression, so that would be... so let's see. I'm gonna go back here, let's get a second one. Nah, this is not what I want. Okay, I have my collections here, so I made this one. Let's get maybe a... So yeah, we're doing in order. Gonna expand here. No, we're gonna... Alright, now we're gonna... It's the same now, it's nearly the same. Okay, but I cannot seem to visualize it properly. Okay, now I expand. Okay, so I bring this out. Let's bring it like here. Let's bring the whole window in here. Cannot reduce more to the side, so I have to. Okay, let's do this. I think this is workable. So this is a profile, so I can work from the side. Yeah, she's. Well, why not do some body expression? That would help a lot, but I'm just gonna do partial, right? Here I need to do something about the control. Let's push this here, pull this here, push actually, yeah. So here this thing, the arms here, maybe it's a bit too it needs to be lower, so I can tweak this with some control extra, but so not that this is needed, but alright. Then because of the angle, oh, it's not posing. Okay, so let's just get some bones here. Yeah, this will be annoying because. Okay, insert keyframe here for these bones. Whatever, will Alt X. Let's use the just sort of slightly surprised. She's looking up, but the face is okay. So. Yeah, so here I have never did that expression before. Here I have a problem. The eyes need to be centralized like that. Yeah, kind of a lot. Okay, that works. Oh yeah, this works very nice. So let's say that for now this is that. Let's go for the mouth rig, muzzle, maybe at the overarching thing here. Here, yeah, maybe. I can't make these wrinkles, but so I don't know what to do with this bone. This bone is not even safe what they are to be about, but okay, let's do this. Then I have to go back to the eyes because there are some intersections there that need to be solved. Okay, this works. Then maybe here we want to exaggerate here. And yeah, we can bring this like here, and get this great curvature here. See, there's the problem. So to do something about this, what I can do is it's funny enough that when I was doing Animator, yeah, of course I like to draw expressions in 2D, but draw 2D expressions for animation drawing is not something I've done too much, barely done it. And funnily enough, turns out that I found that in 3D, so maybe I ended up thinking that, oh, I'm not good animator for facial expressions, even though I love to draw facial expressions. Turns out that 3D showed animation, or 3D rigging, there's some intersection there I need to figure out later how to solve this. Shouldn't, I think because I've reduced some shrink wrapping value. Let's see that. Hi, hello cousins, how you doing, bro? So arrive at good time, because today we are trying to make some facial expressions hardcore level, and this is working to some extent with some more retakes that are not major retakes. This can like get improved very highly. So yeah, the thing there that is happening is that I think that the I need to realize which mesh is that. Some mesh is going behind, and I think this mesh is not going the right. Exactly, so this mesh is not going well enough, so I was gonna reposition it. So I need to, hold on, I need to get to the body here, body mesh. I need to just, yeah, so this thing is really not good. Let's just try to pull this more like let's make this really move. Oops, this is very dangerous what I'm doing, because I shouldn't be using proportional editing for that. So scale, yes, I'm an orthographic view. I really need to make this very nearly on the same distance of the same arrangement of the there is missing something here, but this is not the culprit of the problem I'm having, but it's some missing geometry here. Hope that will not break some shape keys somewhere. Okay, let's continue here. So they move more in parallel, so yeah, we can reduce them, but then it's not being enough. So let's pull this back, scale up, smooth. Okay, let's try, maybe also it doesn't need to have this rotation, so let's scale down. So it's really sinking behind the, I hold that's okay, we just want it to be far enough. This is like the eyelids borders, how I call them. Eyelids borders mesh. So it's a way to create a fake solidify extrusion of, yeah, like a fake solidify modifier, because solidify modifier will generate some terrible issues for this the way I've done this rig. No, I shouldn't be moving this mesh. Is this vertex alright? Alright, so now let's see. Now we see that's clean, but there might still be some issues in, yeah. So in here I think I have a problem here on the geometry, but this shouldn't be occurring. It can happen. You see, it's not occurring the other side. It's in here, so fix some. Here we can. Maybe it's just a bone that is badly posed. Probably this one. Yeah, but here it's clear that we need to address so we see the pattern. When we spread this, there is this spiky thing there, and maybe this will only be solved with this kind of face loop. No, not even that, so never mind. So I have to investigate that. I was able to solve that before, so just another screenshot there. And for me to remember, let's get here. This will be another one of these. So basically, inner eyelids, corners between eyelashes, spiking subdivision. Yeah, it's a subdivision. Oh, of course. Of course. You see there are seams here. Don't need the bevel, don't need the sharp, don't need the seams. Yes. Let's make a highlight, because this is super, it's gonna be quite interesting. Super niche, but quite interesting. No, not this. Sorry, folks. Start recording. So, folks, very interesting, although totally niched issue. So you see here what's happening to my mesh. Apparently there's a spiky vertex right in between that. So this is of course related to the rig that I'm making for the eyelids and eyelashes of the skeleton eyes, but there is not a big mystery here. Maybe you already figured out what that is, because it's not a true vertex, you see, from the overlays there, the geometry wireframe. So it's not a vertex, it's a fake vertex that is spiking because of the subdivision surface modifier. So it's a subdivision modifier artifact, and despite the fact, you know what can control that? Well, there are some edge data, such as the, well, here see I have the seams, so I don't want to be looking at them because they are overlapping. They create some hard vision. So yeah, bevel modifier, then I think sharp, I don't know, but creases, this is the edge creases, right? So this is one. So the problem here is that this edge crease is like not strong enough. So it's an edge crease of for this very peculiar case. I could make a subdivision and then see, but it just doesn't help. Maybe it would require more work on the waves, and it can create some, because of the rest of the rig, this is complicated, extra geometry, but this is okay, it will be feasible. Or I could approximate this mesh here, but I'm not doing this now. I'm in the middle of a pose. What I'll do, however, is gonna pick just this, which is the interface between the eyelids and the eyelids border. This is a special setup, so I don't bother that. So this is the interface, is where the eyelids walls ends and start the front of the eyelids mesh. So I'm going to get this one, and maybe already this one, but I say that the edge crease here is 0.3. This is mostly generic, except on some parts of the body that I want to be more spiky, like the tip of the nose, sometimes even this. Oh, I can also, I forgot here to add some of this. Okay, so let's do some, I don't know, maybe 0.5 here, 0.5, right? And here this is 1 even, so never mind. So if you go back here, maybe this improved the character designs by a lot, yeah. But of course this is can be very annoying to maintain, right, on all the rig. But here what I'm gonna try is that let's put a 1 here and see what happens. Aha! So now I got a straight design there, and you see that on the other part, maybe I do that too, but maybe we don't want an 8, so I'm gonna get this 0.9. Let's see what happens. And also for this one, so Shift E, yeah, we can do this manually, but I want with the mouse scroll, you see this crease here, but I want to do more specific, so Control V and here. So oh yeah, 0.9, it's no good, right? So we need, so in this case let's leave it at 1, so at least this terrible artifact is being prevented. So this is how a very specific use case of edge crease, which is some sort of one kind of edge data, which only works altogether with subdivision surface modifier. And if we apply the subdivision modifier, which needs the option use crease to be enabled, then it will apply, of course, the transformations, the modifications of the edge crease. So that means that we can apply with the final look on object mode, right? So we can export edge crease in the sense that if we apply the subdivision surface modifier, which edge crease working, we can get the instant effect. I won't do this now, folks, but this is another tip that might be useful for character modeling or stuff like that, right? Alright folks, so here let's continue with our crazy posing here, and we need this, and there's a side pose, right, side view. I'll push it like here, alright. Then alright, so we got here, I want to get more expressions on the eyelashes here, so let's bring this, yeah, bring this up, maybe this will go up, but then I'm having some sort of artifacts, so I need to avoid this. I already taken notice what's happening there, that the top, yeah, I need to, so this stuff, there's some, at least it will not be showing too much, so I can probably ignore, or I can just ignore this requirement of matching perfectly, excessive matching, and just try to do what is currently working for my character. So what is working is just not pulling this eyelash controller too much up. These are ready for the up. We can extrapolate this, and this one might be nice. Yes, we want a bigger one. So also let's look at this, right? Here we can, there's another bone here, we can use. I'm using with the mirror thing. So here we push this more inwards. Same here, we can actually this one we can. Looks like I'm having difficulty pulling that lower mesh there. I don't seem to have good control over that region. This bone seems. Oh yeah, it. I never thought that could happen so soon. Basically, I'm lacking the. It has a shrink wrap, and the eye surface, it is shrink wrap too, ends up there, so it cannot go to the bottom. So I can reinforce the. I could try to reinforce the waves, or just try to expand the eye. So I didn't. Yeah, maybe. See. Maybe I can do something about this nose expression, I don't know. Pull this down, maybe. Not sure what to do here, but okay, let's try whatever. And then for the jaw here, we don't want this. Maybe for the head, a little more like that. I have problem with the chin, so currently, so maybe here move the rotate this up. Although this is an exaggerate, so let's see how that. Yeah, we not try not to exaggerate too much here. So gonna. Okay, so this mouth I don't think I will be able to shape very well. We'll see. That will be an interesting one. Okay, so first we need to move this to the side. Yeah, so an up, and then we need mouth lips here to go here. Then we want the lips. I don't have sticky lips, so I can't close the mouth with this trick, but I have other solutions. We can do this with the lip. Yeah, it's looks funny, even though it's might not be matching. Then we need to bring these two bones up. Oh yeah. So sort of it's working. Very nice. Yes, it is working. But the posing can be a problem. Let's continue trying here. So we can make the sad shape key, maybe. Let's try. Yeah, this can help procuring this pose. But I don't have something that moves these muscles up for the. So I have to do this, engage this sort of manually. Let's move this, rotate. Okay, I see. Pick all these bones, Shift G color, rotate on the x-axis. Really? No, there's maybe just this one then. No. So I don't know, maybe not rotating this. I was having an idea, but seems to not be very good. Shift X, let's turn the mirror. Okay, done. Yeah, you want maybe the bottom lip to go inside that can be funny, like that. It's a way to get the expression to work better. Here we can try to rotate this even more. I need this to bring more to the side right here. We have some problem now. I cannot pull the... Okay, let's do a little more here. Yes, this seems to work. And then here, let's do even more. Yeah, so here I'm reaching. Maybe I need to get the muzzle back. Try to pull this, pull the mesh right in an exaggerated way. Move this down, or maybe this we can... Yeah, this is kind of funny. Okay, so this... Yeah, it's surprisingly working. It's actually very, very good that we can make this, shape this kind of expression. Very hard expression, I think. I'm too deep into the posing here to make a more consistent analysis of, but I think it, from the position I am to make to try some analysis, I'd say that this is quite close to 3D to 2D look, even other 3D cartoon expression. Yeah, the front view would be very bizarre, right? But here's a first side view, right? So we don't care too much. I see that I don't have a bone to control very much this part here of the chin, so this lower mouth region. I just don't have anything to shape this thing, and well, turns out that it wouldn't be a bad idea to have something for that. I can pose this at least. We can... The other side is even better for whatever reason. And yeah, the full pose is not very nice, right? Of course, because we are lacking a lot of things here. And let's see with Shift Alt Z. Let's see with the, yeah, and that's the eyelash there. Yeah, so I still have some problems there to fix, but the expression is very, very strong indeed, and the line art is still would require a lot more. Right, so the line art is, in this particular case, is really bad. So it's sort of not very nice. So I'm gonna turn it off and Let's check the shading. Yeah, the shading is also not super good. Yeah, the shading is broken after it's just not working anymore. Would require a lot of the color palette. It's really poor, and so I'm going to just work with this, right? So you see in a fast animation that she's looking more upright. In an animation we wouldn't really care about some inconsistencies, right? The motion is more important. At least I wouldn't care, right? I won't be picky about those things because animation you do the purpose of also of, I think, telling a story, right? So um, of course if you can get everything the poses, keep the frames more correct, that will be much better, right? So here we don't have reference for the whole body, so this is unfortunate. So I'm just gonna make sure that, yeah, all the way I was posing with that. So I'm just going to get, I think, this screenshot here. Yeah, this part is really annoying, but also she's looking a little more up, so let's get, so now I see it's really hard to make these matchings. I thought it was not that difficult, but it's extremely time consuming. Face, yeah, here. And there's the eyebrows, which are not appearing, but yeah, so there's a problem, right? But I think I got a good result in the end. At least it's funny, slightly appealing. Let's take another screenshot, and for some reason apparently I've lost the action. What's happening? I don't know what's happening, folks. It's something weird happened to the hair, to everything. I don't know. Yeah, let's do some Control Z. I think it's the physics, right? So I'm gonna just, so I have probably to retake the bones. So yeah, I think that's what I got here. So select all. Let's, just in case, let's create pose asset, create pose asset. So we're gonna Aisha expression 002, that will become 003. There we go. So it's here, and we don't need the fake user because this is already right. So turn this, can reset now. Alright folks, so basically for today, I thought I could go faster, but there's just, at least it is working now. Let's see here. Okay, this is horrible to navigate, so just can't find. So I have more expressions, right? A lot of more. So that'll take forever if I wanted to make all those tests. But so I'm not gonna. I think I need to establish to me a certain limit here of this. My idea would be to try to get all of them, but no, this is too much, right? It's too overwhelming and a waste of time in my opinion right now, because I already know that the rig is working, but it's not good enough for certain aspects. So the usefulness is to which extent the rig can be posed, right, and find mistakes, find problems, or find that no, we can't animate this, we can't even pose this. So right now my conclusion is that okay, we can pose, most likely we can animate, but certain interpolations might be very, like especially in the first expression that I tried to make, that interpolating will be a nightmare to animate that, because it will be breaking the rig model all the time on the muzzle, on the lower face. So I'll have to be retaking and until all the frames are done and not just some one another keyframes. So also reduce the, another thing for myself here, reduce wave paint mirrored for arcades. Yeah, that's something that I figured out can be better achieved. So basically, oh yeah, now so solve the chain artifacts, something that is currently happening, and I still don't know the source. So folks, basically the conclusion so far is that yeah, I'll make a few more of those expressions the following days, at least tomorrow, right? I'll do a few more, try to have some fun with that, but I'll be doing improvements in the melt rig, all this stuff right on my own. I'll see whatever I can achieve, and so my idea is to be finishing this not pose assets, but like the experimentation, right? Already found some issues with the eyes, also the eyebrows, also a lot of things to fix, unfortunately, but yeah, it's a very complex rig, facial rig, and if you want quality on a stylized character design like this, original, not copying from anyone, right? You really need, it must be painful, right? I think there's no other way, right? Rigging is hard, and organic rigging is even harder. So in my opinion, so but the good news is that okay, it is posable, it is likely animatable if we make improvements. I mean, good for animation, good like good enough that an animator would be able to do this without going mad, right? I said the artifact is doing there for not the artifact, the mirror wave paint is probably creating this curvature on the top arcades, which is not good. So I need to improve that. And you see we got many things going on, and I think that in the end this model, I want to make a big tutorial, at least a comprehensive, not super big, but big in the sense of terrific, right, tutorial about how we achieve something like this in Blender. Of course, I will mention constantly the reference of the Universal Sonic Melt rig and its author and other helpful tutorials of melt rig. There are very few actually that I've used for this, but anyways, we can say that okay, the rig is posable, it is slightly, moderately animatable, it requires more improvements which can take important time for retakes, so many days or even weeks if we want to go really good on that. So these retakes are minor adjustments, but there are some obscure aspects here and there that might require some deeper research, deeper retakes. So it's not free win. So with a few more dedication, I think the rig will be also not only poseable but very animatable, and that is super important. And then by the end, so what my plan here will be, we continue this tomorrow, right? Just a few more, and then we got into something else, right? Because I already know that it is animatable, even though tolerable at this point, half tolerable, maybe 75% tolerable. I don't know, I haven't animated it yet. I was just posing and assessing. So the pose one, the cool thing is that we can get many crazy poses, very expressive poses and beautiful poses. And so if we can pose them without too much suffering, then that means that they are most likely animatable. Okay, then the body, okay, body rig, go this week already. So after tomorrow I intend to be getting on other things than the facial rig, right, which is mostly done from the perspective of this series here and then cloth rigging, and then finally the hip thigh joint madness that we're going to readdress. And so yeah, so there's a lot of things to do, but what I will show is probably gonna be close to an end, folks. So thanks for watching, hope that was inspiring and useful. And so see you tomorrow, folks, or another day. Weekdays I do this stream, and take care and happy blending. See ya soon. See ya, folks.